Mindfulness is literally about coming back to our senses. You know that expression, oh, come back to your senses. It's almost like we've gone a little bit into a la-la land. And then la-la land, if it was all happy and joyful and make us feel good, that would be wonderful. But often that mindless space is a place where our worries and anxieties breathe. And so it's very important to notice that we are now actually living in a bit of a movie in our mind that's not a happy one. And to realize that we can wake up from that and we can come back to our senses. So one way to understand this really well is to compare it to what it's like when we are dreaming. So when we are dreaming, when we are inside the dream, we don't know that we are dreaming. It feels very real. And so it's not until we wake up and we go, oh, that was a dream. Then we feel that, oh, that was a dream, so I'm actually free to let go. I don't have to identify with that dream anymore. So thinking is very similar. When we are lost in thought, it's a little bit like being lost in a dream. And so what is important is to wake up from the dream of thought. And we do that by coming back to this moment, coming back to our senses, coming back to what we hear, see, smell, taste, and feel in our bodies. So senses that are most useful in our mindfulness practice are listening and feeling. So let's do this together now. Listening. I want you to now just pause and see if you can hear 3 different sounds right now. Just have a sense of feel into the space around you. What is it that you can hear? And what you begin to realize is that you can't hear a past sound or a future sound. You can only hear now. And when you listen, that practice brings you back to reality, back to this moment, and back to your true presence. Another sense that's really helpful is the tactile sense, and that's how you can get in touch with how you're feeling. So, when you are feeling overwhelmed in any way, again, be it depression or anxiety or worry, sometimes we are so caught up in our head that we don't actually notice what is the corresponding feeling in the body. So when we talk about the tactile sense, we talk about the sensations. So right now, you have a huge range actually of sensations happening in your body this very moment. You're experiencing temperature. So you might notice that the temperature is different in different parts of your body. Your feet might feel warm, but your hands, for example, might feel cold. There might be pleasant sensations, neutral sensations, and unpleasant sensations. And they are varying. There are moments in the day when you feel relatively at ease, and there are moments in your day when you're feeling physically tense. You might even feel aches and pains in your body and so on. So when we talk about coming back to the senses, we're not talking about reacting to those sensations, but rather just being able to observe them to help us to get in touch with our experience. And to some extent, we can influence things on the level of sensation. So we might be able to shift our posture in a way that helps us to relax. We might be able to use the breath to help us to let go. We might be able to do maybe even a few stretches or shift our posture in a way that relieves that excess tension in our body.